we do have former Senator Lovejoy here, and he wanted to say a few words before he left. So Senator Lovejoy, come on up here. Here you go, Senator.
Thank you. Sharon and I are going to have to be leaving shortly. But there are a couple of things I'd just like to, a couple of points I'd like to make to you. Now, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. One question is, do you want to live in the socialist states of America?
No.
Well, neither do I. You know, we have national legislators, a president, Congress people, even our Congress people here in New Hampshire, who are marching lockstep on what they call progressive ideas. Well, let me just tell you that they are not progressive. Progressive is just another name for socialist. And the sooner we realize that, the better off we're going to be. And Webster's dictionary tells us that progressive leads to socialist, that leads to Marxism, that leads to communism. Look it up in the dictionary and you'll see. And that's true. We have to change the direction of our federal government, our national government, or we're going to lose our country. But I just wanted to say a word or two about our state government. Our state government is weighted. Our state government is weighted against the common man, against the small businessman. Our method of legislation and of public input is weighted against us. Now, I'm a common man. I can't get out to the public hearings held during the middle of the day on issues that are important to our state. I can't do it. You can't do that and run a business. You can't do that and run a family. But the way we set it up now, we have 400 members of the House. We have 24 members of the Senate. And together they produce about 1,000 bills to be heard each and every year of the legislative session. 1,000 bills. These are handed out to committees. Committees then hold public hearings. They hold them in Concord any time during the day, some days all day long. If you go over there to testify, you find that they listen first to the members of the legislature. They're called on first. The common guy goes in, he sits down, and generally he has to wait for several hours before he gets up to make his points known. That's wrong. The common guys should be privileged enough to express their views to the legislature as to how they want to be represented, and they're not doing that now. I'm proposing that we change the way that we do things. I think that biannual sessions, when it was adopted, was a mistake. But we have annual sessions were the thing we should have stayed with. We needed annual sessions because the second year is just the spending year of the legislature. We always say we're safer when the legislators go home. And if they could go home once every 1 year out of 2, we'd be probably twice as safe. But right now, I think that the way we're set up, bills should be introduced. Bills should be introduced during the first part of the first year of a session. And then the legislators should send these bills home to the counties. The county delegations then should have their public hearings on these bills and have them in the evening when the common man, like you and I, can go and express our ideas and our feelings. That's the only way the common guy is going to get heard. That's the only way we're going to have effective public hearings. We can't continue to have public hearings in Concord during the daytime, giving favoritism to those people already in the legislature and not hearing from the common guy. That's not working. It's going to work. Not going to work. I'd like to see that change. We have a legislature now with somewhere between 65 and 75 new bills of taxing and fee increases. Got to stop that. We can't continue to do that. We have a legislature now that has downshifted in violation of 28A of our Constitution, that has downloaded the costs of what was state government costs now on the counties and cities and towns. Got to stop that. The only way we're going to stop that is by people like you who are willing to go out and say enough is enough. I'm either going to run for office or I'm going to make my voice heard. To go out and as Dan said, elect those people who represent you. If they have a voting record, look at it. If that voting record isn't in line with your thinking, get rid of them. Vote for someone else. We have to change. We have to change the makeup of our state legislature now. We have to change the corner office in our state. If we don't do that, we're going to have a sales and income tax before you know it. And we can't afford that because New Hampshire will have lost its uniqueness. Well, thank you. God bless all of you, and I appreciate it.